Good morning and welcome to today's session on immune system. This video is for grade 12 general students of Al Zaydia Boys School. I'm Emmanuel Regan Paul, a teacher from Al Zaydia Boys School, Alain. So let's begin our review. So today we are going to review on immune system. This is chapter 2 and in this chapter you have 3 lessons to do. The first lesson will be lesson number 1, which is called as infectious diseases. And lesson number 2 is immune system. And lesson 3 will be the non-infectious diseases. So these are the 3 lessons we have. So this is revision based on the Heikel, okay, EOT for term 3. So let's continue. Let's start. So here we go with the infectious disease. Okay, now I want you guys to turn to page number 24. In your textbook, I want you to turn your pages to page number 24. So what you will be getting in this page, so they will be asking you a question on definition of infectious disease, or they may ask a question on the definition of pathogens. So what is the infectious disease? An infectious disease is a disease that is caused by a pathogen. It is caused by a pathogen. So what are pathogens? Pathogens are virus, bacteria. They are all called as pathogens. So they are caused by pathogens and they are passed from one organism to another, disrupting homeostasis. See, this is the definition of infectious disease. So what is an infectious disease? An infectious disease is a disease that is caused by a pathogen, passed from one organism to another, disrupting homeostasis. So this is one question. Now let's look at the second question. What are pathogens? So pathogens are agents that cause infectious diseases. So what are the agents? They can be bacteria, virus, protozoans, fungi, parasites. All of them are pathogens. See, there are 2 questions. An infectious disease is a disease caused by pathogen. And what are pathogens? Pathogens are agents that cause infectious disease. Examples are these. Okay, so don't forget. And one more thing that you should remember, that not all the pathogens are harmful. You see, we always think that bacteria are not good. It's harmful. Viruses are harmful. Okay, but there are some type of pathogens which are useful. You see, your body benefits from organisms such as certain types of bacteria and protozoans. So what do? They normally live in your intestinal and reproductive tracts. That means tubes. Okay, they are useful. So there are some bacteria and protozoans that are beneficial, that are useful for you, and they are usually living in the intestinal and reproductive tracts. Okay, so this is another thing. So you can find useful bacteria, and you can also find harmful pathogens. So don't forget, not all the pathogens are harmful. You can also find useful bacteria. Okay, so in this page, in page number 24, you will be getting concepts on these 3. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Let's move on. Yeah. So let's see. Now I want you to turn to page number 26. Page number 26. Here we go. So this is going to be from page number 26. Page number 26. Yeah. So before going into the table, you should also study a definition, which is the definition of reservoir. So what is a reservoir? Let's see what is a reservoir. Let me zoom this for you. What is a reservoir? A reservoir is a source of pathogen. Look at this keyword. It is a source of pathogen. That means a reservoir is a place where the bacteria, virus, fungi, all these organisms live. Okay, so a disease reservoir is a source of pathogen in the environment. And the reservoir can be animals. So animal can be a place where pathogens live, people, or inanimate object such as the soil. So all these can be a reservoir. So what is the key word that you should remember? It is the source of pathogen. So if you see this word, source of pathogen, so definitely you should write the answer as reservoir. Okay, don't forget. Okay, now let's move on. So here we are. This is very, very important. Guys, you have many questions from here. I think you have like two questions. Yeah, two questions from this table. You need to study the name of the disease, the bacteria it causes, almost like the entire table. No, you need to study and you need to memorize the important concepts. You see. So let's look at it. There are three diseases which are caused by bacteria. Four are caused by virus, two protozoans, and one fungus. You see? So what are the three diseases by bacteria? Tetanus, strep throat, Lyme disease. This Lyme disease, okay, you must concentrate more because Lyme disease, many times they have asked in the past. Lyme disease, okay? Lyme disease is caused by bacteria and it is, they spread by vector, okay? They affect the skeletal and the nervous system. Tetanus, okay, it is affecting the nervous system. Then chicken pox, this is also very important. Chicken pox. Chicken pox is caused by a virus. Another important one is rabies. Rabies is caused by a virus and it is caused because of animal bite. Remember, if a dog or any animal bites you, you might get rabies. So rabies is caused because of animal bite. It is caused by virus. Chicken pox is caused by virus. Okay, chicken pox is caused by virus. And influenza, okay, it's affecting the respiratory system by a virus. Yes, hepatitis B, it's caused by virus. It is affecting the liver. So these are the things that you need to definitely memorize. There is no other go. Then these two, Giardia and malaria, they are caused by protozoans. Protozoans. Okay. And yes, another important one is athlete's foot. Athlete's foot is caused by fungus. It's the only one fungal disease and it is affecting the skin. Okay, so these are this whole table, you need to memorize it. I will tell you why. I will show you the questions they have asked in the past. Let me show you the past paper question for you. You see here? So here we have some questions in the past paper. Let's see as you see. Which of the following disease is caused by a vector? See, I told you vector. Vector. So here we have, see, vector. So what is the name of the disease? You have two, vector and vector. So you have Lyme disease and you have malaria, but here they have given only Lyme disease. So the answer is Lyme disease caused by a vector. You see, which organ is affected because of hepatitis B? So hepatitis B, the organ that is affected is liver. So the answer is liver. Okay, this way you will get some questions. Let's move to the next page. You see here? Giardia. So which of the following human body system and organ does the Giardia affect? So let's look at the table. Giardia, it affects the digestive tract. Boys, you see this table, I put it here, but in the exam, they will not give you this table. This you need to memorize it. So this is the great work for you. You need to look at the things and you need to memorize. You need to understand it. Okay, so don't forget. They will not give you this table. They will not give. Okay, please make sure. You see rabies. Which of the following human body system like organs does the rabies virus affect? Okay, let me zoom this question for you. Yeah. So here we go. So they're asking about rabies. So rabies affect which one? Rabies is caused because of animal bite and it affects the nervous system. So it affects the nervous system. So every day you will learn 2 diseases. You will be able to answer this. Okay. So that's all. This is about it. And next, let's move on to the next question, which is on page number 27. So I want you guys to turn to page number 27. They will give you these 4 pictures. This is easy. This question is easy. You know. So how are diseases getting transmitted? Transmitted means how they pass from one person to the other. So the diseases are transmitted by 4 ways. By 4 methods or 4 ways. They will give you a picture for this question. You see, directly 2 people are shaking hands. So this is called direct contact. You see here, this is not a direct contact. 2 are not in contact. 2 people are not in contact. See, this is not direct contact. This is indirect contact. See, he is passing it in the air. So indirect contact through the air. And this is indirect contact by objects. See, he is touching a ATM machine or a door handle, anything. So this is object. And the fourth one is vector. That means the disease spread through some vectors like mosquitoes, ticks, etc. Okay, so this is vectors. So there are 4 methods. Direct contact, 2 people, they touch each other. That is direct contact. Indirect contact, you can see only one person and the other one would be object. It can be air or it can be any object. So indirect contact through air, indirect contact by objects, and number 4 is vector. Okay, now let's see. So let's look at some of the questions. See, it's good. It's easy. It's an easy question. So you see here. Now in the figure below, the figure below shows various ways of disease transmission by humans. Which of the following disease are transmitted by vectors? So we know that vector means it's mosquito. So this is the answer. Boys, don't read Arabic, because your exam will only be in English. Don't forget, it will be only in English. It will not be, you will not have translation. So you should know to read the keywords and then answer. See, transmitted through vector. Okay. See here, which of the common ways of transmission do the humans acquire the coronavirus through? Okay, coronavirus, you know. Coronavirus, is it from water? No. Mosquitoes? No. But it is by another human. When you touch another person, okay, then you get the coronavirus. So it is that. Okay, let's go to the next question. Yes, here we go. You see, indirect contact. See, I'm directly going to the keyword. You see, the question here. This is how you have to do in the exam. Which of the following letter indicate the transmission by indirect contact through the air? So air is here. You see, this is the answer. This is the answer because it's indirect contact by the air. Okay. See, look at the next question. See, which transmission of disease through direct contact? Direct, this is direct contact. 2 people are touching each other. So this is direct contact. Okay, so this is how you will be answering this question. Okay, now you do the remaining question. There are many questions on it. We will go. Okay, because we need to make this short. Otherwise, it takes a long time. Okay, now let's move on to page number 28 and 29. Move on to page number 28 and 29. So what you need to learn in this? So they're asking about the symptoms. That is, okay. So here what you have to do. So the disease can spread through virus. The disease can spread through bacteria. Okay, through virus and bacteria, or even protozoans, many things. But we are only concentrating on this 2, virus and bacteria. So what will happen, you see? If bacteria enters your body, if bacteria enters the body, the bacteria produces harmful chemicals. You see, this is the one. If bacteria enters, the bacteria will produce harmful chemicals. But if virus enters the body, what will happen? The virus multiplies the cells, multiplies, okay, and then it will stay there. It will cause the cell to burst. See, these are the two main things you have to remember. If virus enters the body, okay, it will multiply and then it will burst the cell and they will come out. If a bacteria enters the cell, the bacteria releases harmful chemicals. So here you should understand that this releases harmful chemical. So if it is harmful chemical, that means it's bacteria. Virus, the key word is it multiplies. It multiplies and then it will burst the cells. Okay, so remember. Then one more thing that you should learn here about two diseases here. See, the tetanus bacteria and botulism bacteria. See, there are two types of bacteria here, okay, given in this page. One is the tetanus bacteria. The tetanus bacteria produces potent toxin that causes spasm in voluntary muscles. The botulism bacteria paralyzes the nerves. So remember these two. Tetanus bacteria causes spasm in voluntary muscles. The botulism bacteria paralyzes the nerves. Remember this, okay? I will show you one question on this. See, it's here in the previous page. I know it's here. I will show you one question. Okay, look at the see. Bacteria produce a potent toxin that causes spasm in the voluntary muscle. You see? So if it is spasm in the voluntary muscle, that means it is tetanus bacteria. Spasm in the voluntary muscle, it's tetanus bacteria. Okay, so it's given here. I will show you, see. Yes, you see. Tetanus bacteria produces potent toxin that causes spasm in the voluntary muscle. If they say a bacteria that paralyzes the nerves, then you should write botulism bacteria. Okay, don't forget. Okay, you see another question. Which is true when disease causing bacteria invades the body? See here, bacteria. I told you, what does bacteria do? When bacteria invades the body, the bacteria produces harmful chemicals. If virus enters, multiplies and bursts. Okay. Now come back here. See the question? Which of the following is true when a disease causing bacteria invades the body? It produces harmful chemicals or toxins. It's easy. You need to understand it. That's all. No need to memorize anything. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. Next question. The next question is from page number 29. Yes, I want you to turn to page number 29 in your textbook. 29. Here we go. I'm going to zoom this. So this is a very, very important question. It's an easy question. This is easy, really. Yeah. You should not make mistakes in these questions. There are three types of diseases: endemic, epidemic, and pandemic. These are the three diseases. So what is endemic disease? Endemic diseases, they occur in small numbers and you can find it within the population. This is number one. Endemic, small numbers. You can find it within the population. What about epidemic? See, large outbreak in an area is called as epidemic. This is large outbreak. Large outbreak is epidemic. You see here. Widespread throughout the large region, such as countries, continents, and entire globe, is called as pandemic. These are the three keywords. See, endemic, I'll put it here. Yeah. So there are three types of diseases. Endemic, you can find it only in one country or within a region. So you say that some diseases are like common cold are endemic diseases because they are found in small amounts within the population. So within the population, you will find only in small amount, only some of them. Some of the people will get the disease. Then it's called endemic. What is epidemic? You see here. So this also another picture you should understand. You see here in some regions only. So you see the dots. I will zoom it. Make sure you learn this. You see here the dots are here. This is endemic, small number. You see here in one region many are having it. Then it is called epidemic. What is pandemic? You can find it in almost everywhere in the globe. Many countries are having the disease. Then it is called pandemic. Okay, look at this. So what is epidemic? Large outbreak in an area. It's epidemic. Widespread throughout the large region. Then it is called as pandemic. Okay, these are the three types of disease patterns. See here now. See the word small number. Keyword. What is this? Endemic. Easy. What about coronavirus? Corona disease. You find it everywhere. Okay. All over the globe. The people were affected by coronavirus. So it is pandemic. Okay. So you can learn this. Now let's move on to the next. Okay. It's easier. Let me do one more question and I will go to the next one. Okay. Yeah. Let me zoom out. Yes, here it says widespread throughout the large region. So which of the following describes diseases that are widespread throughout the large region, such as country, continent, or entire globe? Pandemic. Because we know that endemic means small number. Epidemic, it is large and rapid. Large and widespread. Okay. And pandemic, large and rapid. Okay, fast, that means. Okay, then pandemic, you can see it, you can say it across the like widespread across countries, continents, and globe. Okay, this is pandemic. Okay, so now let's move on to the next one. The next page that you have to know is page number 31. Sorry. Yes, page number 31. Yes. Now I want you to move your textbook to page number 31. Please open page number 31. I'm going to zoom it for you now. See? So you have it here. See, this picture will be there in the exam. Okay, they will give you this picture. So what is this picture? This is a fruit. Okay, and then you see penicillin is a widely used antibiotic. Penicillin is a widely used antibiotic and it is secreted by a mold called as penicillium. See, what is mold? Mold is penicillium. And what is the antibiotic? Antibiotic means the medicine that is used. Antibiotic is penicillin. See the difference. Penicillin, penicillium. You see here. Penicillin is secreted by a fungi. Fungi. Mold and fungi are the same. Okay, remember. Mold and fungi are the same. So fungi is a penicillium. And what does it do? The fungi secretes a chemical called as penicillin. Okay. So penicillin is an antibiotic. So don't forget. Antibiotic is penicillin. Fungi is penicillium. So this fungus, penicillium, it secretes a chemical penicillin to kill bacteria. To kill the bacteria. Okay. So this is something that you need to concentrate more on. Let's do one question here. One question will be from this. Easy to score. Is here. Which of the following antibiotic? I will zoom this question for you. See, they give this question. Which of the following antibiotic is widespread and it is extracted from penicillium? So the answer is penicillin. The answer is penicillin. Okay. Antibiotic released by penicillium is effective in treating diseases caused by which pathogen? It is by bacteria. Okay, so it is produced from fungus. It is acting on bacteria. So don't forget, huh? It is acting on bacteria. Yeah, next, let's go to the next one. The next one is in page number 32. So you get one question and they will give you this picture. That is good for us. Because when they give you this picture, that means they're going to ask you something on this. The graph shows the reported incidence of penicillin resistant gonorrhea. Gonorrhea is a disease. Okay. But what happens is, some people, like we started when the doctors prescribed penicillin. Okay, they have given penicillin as a medicine to treat gonorrhea. But what happened, you see, in 1980, yes, it was very effective. Only little cases of gonorrhea. But as the year increased, you see, in 1990, even when penicillin is taken by the patients, the diseases were more in number. Gonorrhea increased. So what is the meaning? The meaning is the pathogen became resistant to this. The pathogen became resistant to it. So that is the meaning. So you should remember. So some like some pathogens become resistant to antibiotic. Right? So why they become resistant? Maybe because we take them very often. We use them very often. For everything, we take the same medicine. So that's why they became resistant. So this is one more question that you should remember. I will show you the question. And next is one more thing, you see. MSRA. MSRA, see, it's a type of, it's a type, the Staphylococcus aureus is a type of bacteria. And how does it spread? By contaminated hands of healthcare providers. And then you have another bacteria, Streptococcus pneumonia. Okay, this bacteria causes pneumonia and sinus infections. Okay, so let's look at some of the questions on this. Nothing to worry. You see the question, you will understand. See, this question will be there. This question is a sure question, you see. In the figure below, which of the following is not consistent with what do the data show about the effectiveness of the drug? Okay, so you can see here which is not shown in this, which is not consistent. Look at the options. The option is the effectiveness of penicillin to kill the pathogens. Okay, and this we know, this is penicillin. We have seen it. Now let's move on to the next one. So you have all these questions you can work on these questions. Okay, I'm not discussing everything. Okay, now this is the end of chapter 1. Now let's move on to chapter 2. Okay, guys, this chapter 2 is little difficult. Chapter 1 is easy. Chapter 1 and chapter 3 is easy. I mean, lesson 1 and lesson 3, they are easy. But this lesson 2 is little difficult. You need to concentrate more. Okay, just concentrate, please. Now look at it. Page number 35. Now I want you to turn to page number 35. Here is page number 35. And in page number 35, you have 3 types of cells. The neutrophils, this is number 1. Number 2, macrophages, and 3, lymphocytes. And study these pictures as well. When you look at the picture, you should be able to identify them, which is neutrophils, which is macrophage, and which is lymphocytes. Okay, now, what is the functions of neutrophils? See, they help in phagocytosis. That means ingesting bacteria. What is ingesting? Ingesting, let's keep it in simple term, eating bacteria. All right. What about macrophages? They help in phagocytosis, which means ingesting bacteria. And they do one more thing. They remove neutrophils. You see, they remove dead neutrophils. So 2 functions. This is only one, ingesting bacteria. But this will ingest bacteria and remove dead neutrophils. What about the third one, lymphocytes? Lymphocytes they produce antibodies. So these are the three functions. Neutrophils ingest bacteria, macrophages ingest bacteria and remove dead neutrophils. Lymphocytes produce antibodies. Now look at it, which is not the function of, not the component of immune system. So 1, 2, 3. So neutrophil, macrophage, lymphocyte, which is not the component. The red blood cell is not the component. Okay, you see, you have only three here, three cells. Okay. And all these three types of cells are WBCs. Don't forget, white blood cells. Okay, next one. I want you to turn to page number 35 and 36. Okay, so let's continue with this. Now, in this one, yeah, you need to know about this. You see, you need to identify this. Okay, you see, you need to learn these labels. Lymph nodes, thymus gland, which is present, the heart, near the heart. Okay, thymus gland, bone marrow. This is the bone, and so inside the bone you have the marrow, bone marrow. This is called as spleen. So this four: lymph nodes, thymus gland, in the heart, okay, bone marrow and spleen. These four you remember. And let's see what are the functions of it. It's very important. Okay, for that, it's easy. I think I gave you this, the key points. I sent you in WhatsApp. Let me take that. That's easier. See, whatever we studied are here. You can study from this. Yes, you see here? Easy to remember is this. The lymph nodes, tonsils, spleen, thymus gland. So what does a lymph node do? It will filter lymph and remove foreign material. What does a tonsil do? The tonsil is a protective ring in the throat. It traps harmful material. Spleen, it destroys damaged RBC. Thymus, it activates T cells. You see, it's easy. Thymus, T cells. Keywords. Spleen, damage red blood cells. Tonsils, throat, and traps harmful material. Lymph nodes, and removes foreign material. See, these are the four. Okay, see here, I'm showing it here. It's here. So what is the role of lymph nodes? Lymph and remove foreign material. Tonsils, protective ring in the nasal. It helps to protect. Okay, this is the tonsils. Spleen, it stores blood and destroys damaged RBC. The thymus gland, its lymphocytes called T cells. You see, these are the functions of lymphatic organ. So you will get one from here. Okay, one question out of this four. One question out of this four. So I want you to learn it. You see. Let me take a question here. See, this is one of the questions that has come in the past paper. The lymphatic system contains organs involved in specific immune response. Which of the following is a lymphoid organs? Liver, did we study liver here? No. Stomach? No. Pancreas? No. So you have bone marrow. You studied about bone marrow. Yes. So that is your answer. Okay, so you have a lot of question here. You can do one. Yeah, let's go here. Okay. Next, let's move on to page number 37. Page number 37. Okay, page number 38. The actually information is from page number 38. 37 is not in your Heikel, but to read page number 38, you need to follow this picture in page number 37. Only this. This is not for you. Cytotoxic T cells response. You have to study only cytotoxic T cell response. Okay. So let's say, what is it? Let us see. Okay. Now look at the picture. You come with, you just look at the picture. I will explain to you. See, this is the first step. This is the step number 2. This is 3. Okay. And the fourth one is here. Yeah. This is 4. This 4 points only you have to know. Okay. Not this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to study this 4 points. Huh? Just, not study. Just understand it. You see. So what happens? This is a macrophage. Let's say this is a macrophage. You can see antigen is engulfed. Antigen means, let's say, a pathogen. Okay, that means bacteria or virus is engulfed, eaten. So when the bacteria or the virus enters the macrophage, what does the macrophage do? The macrophage will process it. So it is processing the antigen. Finish. This is point number 1. Macrophage engulfs the antigen and then it processes it. Number 2, this processed antigen, see, to the processed antigen, so to the helper cells, the helper cells come and attach. You see here. The processed antigen is presented to a cell which is called as helper T cell. That is why it is T and there is a H here down. This is helper T cells. So what is the meaning? The helper T cell will come and get attached here. This type of response is called as specific response. See, they both are attached. So this is specific response. So the antigen is attached to the helper T cell. So that's over. Now what happens? The helper T cells, after the attachment, they get activated. So the activated T cells, okay, now will present the antigen. See the red one. It will present the antigen to TC. What is TC? TC stands for cytotoxic T cells. See, it gives to cytotoxic T cells. The TH, that is helper T cells, gives it to cytotoxic T cells. What will the cytotoxic T cells do? They will divide. They will divide. Okay? They will divide. That means they are multiplying. So one cytotoxic T cell is now becoming 2 cytotoxic T cells. Okay, so you now see activated cytotoxic T cells divide. Then what they will do? After dividing, they release a chemical. This is important. This is the question they will ask. They will release a chemical called cytokine. They release a chemical which is called as cytokines. You see? The activated cytotoxic T cells destroy pathogen and release chemicals called cytokines. This is the keyword. This is the question that you will get. So what is the role of cytokines? Cytokines it's a chemical attack. They will release chemical that is called, this chemical is called cytokines, and the cytokines will destroy the pathogens. It will destroy the pathogen. Okay, so keep this in your mind. This is very, very important. So two questions they may ask. One is this one. They will give you this and ask, this is specific immunity. And they will ask you, what is the chemical released by cytotoxic T cells? The chemical is cytokines. Or they may say, cytokine is released by which type of cell? Cytokine is released by cytotoxic T cells, activated cytotoxic T cells. So this is one. And only one part you learn, okay, from this page. Okay, from this figure, you learn only one, this one, you see. The B cells will release, these are called antibodies. These, see, it's like a Y, it's Y-shaped. It's called antibodies. We will learn about it, okay? See, it's like a Y. So this Y-shaped structures are called as antibodies. So antibodies are released by B cells. That's cytotoxic T cells releases cytokines. This you learn enough. Okay, this is what is important. Now let's do some of the questions. Yeah, and before that, Let me show you this also. Okay. See, this is the structure of antibodies. I said Y-shaped structure because this is there in your Haeckel. Huh? The structure of antibodies. Look at it. The antibody is made up of two chains. The light chain, which is outside. This is light chain outside. And inside, you have heavy chain. See, inside is heavy chain, outside is light chain. And this two together at the tip is called antigen binding site. Learn this. The picture is coming for your exam. This picture will come. Light is outside. Outside is light. Outside is light. Inside, you see, inside there is a chain which is called as heavy chain. This is a heavy chain. And at the tip, you have some site for attachment. It's called the antigen binding site. Antigen binding site. Okay. Now let's go here. There are some questions on it. Let's do the questions. So let's see. Okay, here some of, see, I told you. Yeah. See, this, which of the following? See, which of the following stimulate the binding? The macrophage engulfs and presents the antigen outside the cell. See, this is presenting the antigen outside the cell. So this is the answer. So you need to just look at it and then see. Okay, you see here, this is specific. So it's specific here, specific immunity. And then the B cell, what is X? They're asking. So X will be antibody and Z is memory cells. Antibody and memory cells. X is antibody. You see the shape, Y-shaped structure. So it's antibodies. You see here? In the figure below, the activated helper T cells present the processed antigen to the cytotoxic T cells. They divide and secrete dash. What do they divide and secrete? They divide and secrete cytokines. Cytokines. And this X is antibodies. Don't forget antibodies. Because many are the Y, huh? It's a Y-shaped structure. This is antibodies. And this is memory cells. Memory cells. Okay, now let's move on. So you have many questions on that. Just go with these questions. You have question and I've given you the answer as well. Just learn it. Okay. So almost the same question are repeated again and again. Yeah, look at this. See, we do one question from here. Now, what do the letters B and C represent? I told you. What is B and C and A? You see, what is A? A will be antigen binding site. Antigen binding site. So that's A. See, here you have the picture is here. Okay, A is antigen binding site. So this is antigen binding site. So what is C? C will be light chain. Light chain outside. And what is B? B is heavy chain. So they're asking what is B and C? So B is heavy chain, C is light chain. Yeah, this is. Okay, B is heavy chain and C is light chain. Okay, so you can see all these questions and yeah, one more. See here. Any heavy chain can combine with any light chain. If a B cell can make 16,000 different types of heavy chain and 1,200 light chain, how many different antibodies can a B cell make? See what they have given? 16,000. So what the formula is heavy times light. So how many heavy here? You have 16,000 times how much is light? Light is 1,200. So 16,000 times 1,200 will give you 19. Yes, this is your answer. Okay, so this is your answer for it. All right, so you need to do all these things. You need to work on it. Come on, try to work on it, because if I go on discussing each and every question, it will take a lot of time for us to complete. It's the same thing. Just see. Okay. Now I'm going to the next one. The next question is about, yes, immunization. This is it's a sure question. Okay, immunization. So immunization is also called as vaccination. See, they give you vaccine even at school. The vaccine. What is vaccination or immunization? It is a deliberate exposure of the body to an antigen. So this is the keyword. The deliberate exposure of the body to an antigen is called as immunization. Okay, this much only. So learn only this. What is immunization or vaccination? It is a deliberate exposure of the body to an antigen. Okay, and then this you need not study. I have put a cross. No need to study this. Okay, now let's go to another one. Yeah, this picture will also come for the exam. So what you have to concentrate, you see, these labels, try to label this. You see, they will ask you maybe this antibodies. See, it's Y-shaped structure, antibodies. Memory B cells. This is memory B cells. Activated B cells. B cells. See, B cells, the B cells get activated. After activating, they release antibodies and memory B cells. See the step. The B cells gets activated. After activating, they release antibodies and memory B cells. So you have this. Learn this labels. I'll show you one question now on this. And in the same way, look at this. The activated B cells here will release antibodies. See the difference. The primary response is slower, but the secondary response will be faster. Okay, so remember. So this is one thing that you should remember. The secondary response is more rapid than the primary response. Secondary response is fast. Okay, or rapid means fast than the primary response. Okay, so now let's see what type of questions are asked here. Let's go to the questions. Okay, wait. Yeah, you see here? I will zoom this question for you. See, they have asked you which letter indicate the primary immune response. So this is primary immune response. A is primary immune response. B is secondary immune response. So this is secondary. Okay, this is primary. This is antibody. Okay, we'll see that. There's a question on that. Okay, there is one more question on that. In that, they will ask you, they will ask you the labels of this. So they will ask you they will say like this. What is this? What does the letter A represent? This is antibodies. So you need to learn this way. So this is antibodies. Okay, and this is activated B cells. This is B cell. This is activated B cell, antibodies, memory cells. So learn. Okay, now let's move on to the next question, which is from page number 41. Yes, 41. So whatever I highlighted here, you need to know. So here what you're learning, it's about HIV. HIV is an RNA virus that infects helper T cells. So I'm telling you from page number 40 and 41. Okay. So HIV is a virus. What does it do? It will infect the helper T cells. And what will happen if a person's if HIV enters a person? So it means the immune system of a person fails. The immune system fails. So there is no cure for HIV. Only thing what you can do is the person can take antiviral drugs, antiviral drug therapies. They are the only things available now which can help the person to live longer. Okay, there is no cure, but the person can live longer by taking antiviral drug therapy. Okay, these are the keywords. Okay, now let's move on to the last chapter. Last lesson, non-infectious disease. Lesson number 3, non-infectious diseases. Okay, let's go the last one. It's easier. This is easier. No need to worry. So there are different types of disorders. Let me show you that and come back here. You see, there are 5 different non-infectious diseases. What are non-infectious disease? They are not caused by pathogens. There are 5. Number 1, genetic disorders. Number 2, degenerative diseases. 3, metabolic diseases. 4, cancer. And 5, inflammatory diseases. So these are the 5 types of non-infectious diseases.